I was just going to say good morning, everybody, but it's actually just ticked over to afternoon. Excuse me. I haven't done much talking, and you know when you first get going and open up your throat sort of thing. Okay, so today I am going to be making some flip pockets, notebook holders. Got the opportunity to be a couple of different little things. It is now what I've got here, I've got 3 12x12 sheets, and I'm going to be cutting them down to each sheet down to 3/4 width of 4. So I'll do that while I'm talking to you. So this is going to be, I'm joining in Cori Dahmen. Sorry, Cori. I will make sure that I know that 100%. And she's got a hashtag jjmassmaking, and it's March. So I came in this morning just to have a quick run through and see what's going on, because I am a mass maker, and I noticed that my friend Sue from Paper Inspirations has got a video up which ticks off the 12x12. Well, these are double-sided, by the way, because we will be folding them. If you've got single-sided, you'd be able to just cover them with coffee dyed paper, something not too heavy if they're scrapbooking. And so I thought I'll follow along with what Sue's doing. So we're just cutting this down to, like I said, three lots of 4 in each sheet. So we've got 9 that we're going to be making, and it'll be like a little notebook holder. So I will grab the scoring board, and what we're going to do is we're going to not have measurements, but we'll work on about a 2-inch, I believe, and decide which. I love either side of this paper. Some of the paper, it's a little bit difficult to decide what you're going to use, isn't it? But if we change our mind, it won't be such a big deal, because this is quite thin, this paper. It's Kaiser craft paper. They're particularly beautiful designs, but then it's not real thick paper, so it's not going to bulk out in a journal. And if we decide that we want to flip our pocket to the inside, it won't be a problem, or the outside. Now, I do enjoy following along with Sue. Like her, I love sewing. I love the look of the sewing on the paper. So bless her heart, she's done the thinking, the idea, and I'm just following along. So I hope you enjoy this with me today. I think we all know how to do these. I think they've all been around. I've actually made some in the past. I've got stashed away somewhere that need to be brought out and used, because like I said, once I start, I'm just mass maker. Does my little mass maker heart happy. Now I think all these will, so we're going to fold it like that, and we fold that down to there like so, and when we flip it up we can have a notebook there, tuck for things in there if we wanted to, or if we liked we could just swing that round to there. We could have flip up for the pocket for the notebook and what have you there, and on the back we can have a pocket to put things on the outside. So what we could do is on your page, this is a journal that I'm working on at the moment, using the things that come in the mystery box. So we can glue that down like that and have a pocket there, flip it up, have our notebook there, and we can glue it down on the 3 sides and have a pocket at the back. Now I really like the way that looks, so there's a good chance most of mine will look like that. I'll just go through and so I have to make a decision. So this one I'm going to have like that, and then I'm just going to fold it over, and because this isn't thick paper, I'm just going to fold it. Now I haven't measured any of this, all I did was just line up the 2" to get my score line. So if we just get that nice and straight there, so that's a nice, just using my hand. So then with this one we've got the pocket at the front, we flip it up, put a little notebook in there, and we can even put a little pocket in here if we want to. But apart from the ends, the branding strip, there isn't any leftovers. So what we can do this time, if we wanted to, we could bring that up in there, and then we could bring that down. It's a bit like a matchbook, you know. We can have that so it just slides in underneath there. Like that. Preferably fold it straight. So I'm not sure if Sue did one exactly like this, but they're all variations of what's around. So I put that pocket there, so then that will just flip out there, open up, put a book in there, and once again glue it if you want to. So that's slightly different to that one, so it's a little bit longer. Now this one here, I would like as much as this side to show. Flip it up, bring it down, take it down in there. Put it down like that. So what I might do with this one is I'll flip that to the outside, I'll bring that one down, and then I've got one, each one in each paper is different. So I'll go ahead and do the other three. So that's the folds that I'm going to be doing. I've got one there where you just pop it up and lift it in there. We've got one that is this way and you just lift it up, and we'll close the pocket in there like that. And this one, what's this one doing? Oh no, this one's the same, so I've got two the same. Different. I wonder if I put that in there. So I've got the pocket on the outside there. I'll put the pocket on the inside here. So pocket inside, pocket outside. You know me, I get confused with folding. And then that one just tucks in underneath. Okay, then I'll just go ahead and do all the folding, then we'll come back to the next step. Okay, so what I've done is I've done all the folding, got them going the way that I want them to go, and I'm just doing the last one now. So because this is obviously a mass make, it is repetitious. Like Sue, I like to sew around my things. It takes a little bit of time and it's not exciting viewing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off. I'll just show you what I've done, I'll recap. So we've got it like a front, flipped up, there's a pocket in there. This one at the back, turn it round and you flip it up like that. And this one is like a little matchbox one where you just flip it, it just sits underneath the flap there. So I've got 3 of each type. So I will go around and I will sew it so that I go all the way around the edge and then sew across the pocket. So across the pocket there. So I'll do that obviously before we glue it all down. So I'll go and do all that and then I will be back. Okay, so inked and sewn around. I've got them 3 different ways. So I've got it pocket at the back, flip at the front. That one's actually the pocket on the inside and lift up. So I've got 3 of that sort. So I've sewn around it, I've inked around it, got to cut the threads off, and then like I said, I've got 3. I tend to not like to back stitch too much. I tend to be a little bit of a rough hand, so I more often than not, particularly when the paper's thin like this on the edge, to stop it from ripping, I just get the threads all pulled through to the inside and I put a little bit of glue on them, but I normally tie them in a knot as well. But this is going inside a pocket, so as long as I just glue them down to secure them, they're not actually going to go anywhere. Sue leaves her a little bit of her threads hanging. It's no biggie, it's just whatever we're used to doing. So they're secured down now, and then that gets glued there like that. So those threads will get glued a second time. So that's those ones done. So I'll just go through, I'll fast forward through this. Or just edit it out. It's not exactly riveting, is it? Okay, so I've got all my covers inked and sewn, and I'm doing them 3 different ways. I don't think it really matters which way you go. I'll just have to remember which ones are what. So I've got one there with the fold, and that's going to be on the back. Louis, could you not do that, please? So what I've done is I've got just a bit of a template. It's just a bit of old manila folder that was laying around, and that one went to the long fold, which are the matchbox style, which go like that. So that tucks in under there. So just to make it a little bit easier for me, so I want those 3, don't I? So of course I don't know which those 3 are now. I think that's no. A smart person would have kept them all together. Nope. So what have I got? I've got that one. We need one of these, so is that it? That's 2. And which one? This one. It must be this one here. No? Okay. There we go. So I've got some packing paper. Now I'm going to line everything up there because it's got a nice edge. This doesn't have to be exact. I'll start by tearing down this side. A bow in the mat and a bow in the ruler. So that's ripped a little bit there, but that doesn't matter because it doesn't have to be exact. Now we want it no wider than our little piece of manila fold, and when we're finished using that as a template, it could be a journaling card or the back of a small tag. It doesn't go to waste, it's not a single use thing. So that goes there, and I'm not overly concerned that that's a little bit furry, quite like it. And then I'll bring these ones back up too, and those. And then for those who can't throw things out, they actually could be used in a decoration in a cluster. So we have 3 of these. So they're our first pages. So now I have, this is like some butch paper that's all yummy and yellow on the end. Okay, we're using up 12 by 12 in a mass make. I could have totally gone right off the beam, and I'm in a different lane now. I watched Sue do hers. I got to where she was ripping papers, which is what I'm doing, and then I've kind of just gone off and started doing stuff. I have made a lot of these in the past, like I said, but what I've got is I've got a whole bunch of 6x6 loose papers. They don't belong to pads. I bought it as a bulk amount of 6x6, and I've never looked at them or used them. They're not really they're not really my thing, I guess. So I've put them through the coffee tea vat, like I do with the 12 by 12s. So even though these have got at least one pattern side of them, I'm going to use them up as a couple of pages. So I've got one little booklet there ready to go, and I'm just going to tear these down, and I'm going to use them in, because there is, like, you can use that side there if you want to, can use that side there as well, but they do have to like a blank side to them, so they can be useful, and it's a way of getting them into the mix and being able to be used up. Now, I don't have a problem with the papers being a little bit crooked, because I just think it gives character. Just have to make sure that it fits within the booklet. So if I put that one there, and I can put that one at the back, or anywhere, it doesn't matter. So that little one is good to go. So I'll continue going on. I just wanted to mention the single-sided 6x6. We've got these things, we need to sort of be a bit imaginative of how we're going to get them into our work. Nothing's worth anything sitting on the shelves. Okay, I'll go back to what I've been doing, and I'll fast forward, and we'll come back when I've finished all the pages. Okay, so I've got my nice little piles, 3 different types. Still not locked into exactly what I'm going to do, but now all of these have got little booklets in them, and I've just used a variety. I tend to use up the really grungy dark ones on these, so I've got different, it doesn't matter, they don't have to be exactly the same width, the same length. Use up what you've got. Like I said, I've got a 6x6 paper here that I put through the tea and coffee because I won't use them, so I can use them this way. And when they go through the coffee dye, it tones them down a little bit as well, so it makes them just that little bit more attractive, helps a bit. And I just use them, I have started using them now in the event. Not the event, I don't know what I'm saying, do I? I'm using them now to use them up, because this year's all about getting stuck in and doing projects that are on the go. Them together, won't be long. Okay, so I've got everything sewn, inked, folded, and I've got the notebooks done. Now this is a little bit thinner, this paper. This pocket's going to be folded up that way. So before I do it, I've got washi tape that I don't know why I've got it. It's not something that's attractive or nice to have, but it's very handy. Like this paper is a little bit on the thin side, And you can tell this is really old because it's ripping the way it is. I'll try and get a run on it. So I'll just use some of that. I'm going to put it on it'll be on the inside of the pocket. So you can see where I've inked it there. The fold. Just going to run a little bit of glue along there. I'm going to put a bit of this washi tape just over that fold, just to strengthen it and to make sure that we don't get a hole in it. And because I've got this tape and some other tapes that I know I will never use, I'm sort of like using them up there. Just a little bit of insurance. Okay. So we've got that there. We'll turn that back up. Might just have to give that another, just a gentle little score along there. So this one, it's the front. So this one will get clipped into a journal. So that one sits in there like that. So we'll grab this while we're at it. Now sometimes what I do with these is along the top, sometimes I put like a little, I don't know, but it's like a pelmet. Just a decorative piece of paper over the stitching, but we'll get these all in place. So that's our notebook. And close it down like that. And then over the back we've got the pocket there that we can figure out what we're going to do with. Looks like I've done most of the making of these off camera, but they are very easy to do. I've got 3 notebooks the same, just a very rustic pages in there, all different sorts of pages, all quite good to write on. And I will do that in the style of Matchbox, you know, the little match booklets you used to get. I'll put a little closure on that and do some decorating. So there's 3 like that. They can be glued down onto a journal page and a tuck behind there if you wanted to. These ones, I've put the pocket on the back. They will clip into a journal. These are a little bit chunky. I've got a fair few pages in there. So I think that if I was doing a journal to sell, I'd clip that in, and whoever wanted to could put it anywhere that they wanted to. So there's this side and there's this side, but I chose on this one to use this paper because I just really love that. So that's using the opposite side. So this is the next one with the pocket at the back. So there's 3. That one's very plain, but that paper is absolutely beautiful. You're not getting really to see, but it does need embellishing on there. And then I've got the little pocket on the back of that one. And now these ones here, there's one that's a little bit different. There's this one. We open it up and then it's got like a hidden pocket at the back. So if you want to do some journaling or put something in there that you don't really want to be open to everybody, you can just pop it in there and then put the pages will sit down on top of it. That can be glued in like these ones onto the back of the page. This one here, this is actually the front. I've got a pocket on the front. That's that lovely paper again. And I'll have to put a little embellishment on there because you can see the paper's lifted. And then that's just a straight notebook inside. So that's the notebook. And on this one I kept the print of those 6x6 on the front because I thought they weren't too bad, and they added a little bit of colour, and the colour sort of went with them. So but you can write on the back of those. Where is it? On the back there. So that's that one. And then this one's the same as well. It's got the pocket on the front and it opens out. So that one's not quite as thick, so that one could be glued down, no worries at all. Some of them are a little bit thicker than the other. So thank you to Cori for her junk journal. I think Tracie Fox is doing it, and possibly somebody else with Cori, I'm not sure. But I do know that Sue over at Paper Inspiration has done a junk journal mass make. She's thought of this. I've gone along behind her and thought that's a really good idea, so I'll do that. So thank you, Sue, very much. I've possibly got them a little bit different. They could be exactly the same. I'm sorry, I don't know, but I do try to honour everybody's work with what they do, but I do try and sort of like wander off a little bit. And I hope that that doesn't upset anybody, that I took their idea and changed it or whatever. But that's me for this video. The next video we will do some embellishments, or I'll think about that and maybe do embellish them when they're actually going into a journal. That way, when I get the journal, I can have a look and see which one I think will go nicely in here, which I'm thinking any of these 9 would go into this journal. But it's kind of like have a look at the feel for the journal, see what I think. So I've got pretty things in here, so I would like to probably keep it so it matched the sort of like the theme, which it is vintage, and I am trying really hard with my new venture into pretty. So I will see that one there would look very nice. It looks very plain to you, but it actually is really very beautiful. So that could clip in there, and then it's got the pocket on the back. So now I know it's going in there, I can do a little bit of embellishing and have it match the rest of the journal. So that's the only decision to make. So like I said, thank you everybody. It's been fun making them. I know I did a lot off camera, but it's all repetition, and it's a bit hard when you're sewing and inking for things to be interesting. So that's my take. Junk journal mass making for March. So take care, be kind to yourself, and be kind to the person standing next to you. Bye till next time.